Hello and welcome to MMS Formula 1 Canadian Grand Prix Round 8 of the season. There is no commentary presented to you by because, me, Kai, is the only commentator for this race due to issues in the commentary box and all that. So yeah, at least I will not be abandoned in the commentary box because I have my amazing FIA people with me. But anyways, welcome to one of the more legendary circuits on the calendar, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. I mean, this circuit in Montreal here is named after one of the biggest legends, if not the biggest Canadian legend ever in Formula 1. Like, I don't think any other Canadian can actually outshine the sheer speed and ridiculousness of Gilles Villeneuve's driving style. But yeah, Montreal as a circuit has a lot of history in Formula 1, mainly the 2011 Canadian Grand Prix, which was one hell of a race. Quoting Jensen Button, and in MMS it's been more chaotic, you know, with Ben Misery flying into the air in OG Season 1, straight into a wall, and into Dimitar Radev in Season 3 of the reboot, the current Season 3, basically last season. We've seen material being stuck in a screen display, TV display box there in his Renault. That was very unfortunate. This season it shouldn't happen, nor will it happen. I'm still hoping it won't happen. Anyways, last season's race was won by Andrew Mondragon. This time he's starting 4th, so yeah, onwards with the grid. So on pole position, I hope my air factor won't mess up. This time we have Joseph Murray on pole position once again, second time in a row, and it's the second time in a row that we see a McLaren 1 and 2. This man really wants to put McLaren back to its glory days from Season 1. Joining him on the front row, as I mentioned, is his teammate Michael Valiak, who's really surprising me because from his starts in the Venturia, it wasn't really showing much that he could do such performances. Then the rest of it, we have Weber, Mondragon, Kabusek, Carrigal, Littlegrim, Zage, De Jong, Wittek, Agnes in the B-Spec HRT. They spent $10 million on that chassis. To put in comparison, next season's Ferrari costs $11 million. These people basically spend the equivalent of buying a Ferrari chassis next season to deliver us the B-Spec car. They are nuts. And then we have material, Aarons, Eastwood, Johnson, Pereira. Tamer de Jong absolutely dies in qualifying and qualifies 17th. How is this man? Then we have Atkinson, Eugene, Kautoken, Nisbet, Blanc, Flynn, any answer rounds of the grid. A very quick rundown, but oh well, what can you do? I'm not requesting a pit stop. Anyways, let's go to the 5 red lights. Here we go, boys. 10 red lights. Lights out and away we go, and it's a very good start from here. Valak immediately jumps into the lead. We have Weber with also a very good start. He challenges Murray into turn 1. Will the Red Bull driver get the lead? I don't know if he does, as the camera shot doesn't show, but yeah, Weber is in the in P2 now, overtaking Joseph Murray. Joseph Murray losing 2 positions immediately on the start of this race. So a very miserable start for the McLaren driver. He already has Carrigal right on the back of him. Mondragon has overtaken Kabusek. No, Carrigal has gained 2 positions on the south. Kabusek now makes a dive onto Mondragon, the Ferrari driver, wasting no time in gaining back his position, as I think I killed the AI car quite well. Yes, I did. So now Kabusek under pressure for Mondragon and basically the other top guys. There's now Littlegrim, Yukan Championship leader, sending into Mondragon. This is a very important race for Littlegrim because he wants to build his gap. This is the race where he wants to do it. Back in the field we have Agnes now side by side of Olivier Sage. Agnes elevated himself up into P10 and now into P9. Might go the HRT driver. He sends it, uses the curb to use the initial D gutter technique, and it works, and he's up into P9 now. Jack Agnes right on the back of Stephen de Jong here, as I am speaking very fast like an auctioneer. I don't know why, but yeah, Agnes a very good start, gaining 2 positions here in the HRT, and now he might make a move. No, De Jong decides to make a move, but it doesn't work. And now on the outside, Agnes makes the move down the inside through the chicane, and it's a beautiful move for the HRT driver as he elevates himself up to P8. It's an amazing move here, as now we're going to cut back to the front. Weber didn't catch up to Valak. Valak is pulling away neatly here. Carrigal is right on the back of Murray here. So it's a very, very interesting start here. Kabusek still defending from Mondragon, as there's a bit of spacing here in the midfield. There is no space in the midfield. There's now Pereira sending on to Devin Johnson. Devin Johnson defends. He goes a bit to the inside, to the outside now. He squeezes Pereira nearly into the wall there. Good defense, aggressive, but that's what Devon Johnson is known for. As now Tamer de Jong sends it onto the Force India driver, and de Jong, does he make up that position though? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He makes that position up. This is a very important race for Tamer de Jong if he wants to keep his seat. As now Eastwood is being harassed by Einar Ahrens. Pretty good qualifying from the Venturia drivers, doing quite well. It's really surprising to see Venturia do so well, but there's now Johnson having it now the inside as two Lotuses went side by side. We can see also the Aston Martin of Flynn make a move here and there. As now we can see Johnson up into 14th, so HRT really pushing. So now we're going to have Mondragon attack Kubica. Kubica now drops to 6th and 7th as Littergrim also follows him. Mondragon first. Now we're going to have a battle for the lead. As now Weber goes for the lead, overtakes Valek on the straight before the turn even happened. And now we have Carragher landing inside of Murray. Side by side for turn 2. On the outside, Carragher obviously has the good traction, but no, Murray is ahead. But will it be enough? Murray will go defensive here, coming into turn 3. Will it be enough? Yes, it is. It is enough, and Murray defends his podium position, and Carragher is stuck in 4th. As we can see, Agnes is now up at the 7. What happened to Kubica? Kubica is in positions left, right, and center. Something is not really good with that Ferrari, as he just lost a position to the HRT. Agnes is really pushing the car to its limits. Then we're gonna have Arendt near Stephen de Jong. Johnson in 13th now. De Jong has pushed himself up into 15th. So the Ferrari driver wasting no time in trying to rebuild his race here. Obviously he's risking with the strategy. Well, he rams into Zage. There's a bit of contact there. He rode the rear wheel of Zage with his rear wing now. He's now side by side. Obviously the Ferrari has a bit more power than the Honda powered Toro Rosso. He gets the inside line for the hairpin. Will it be enough? Oh my god, that's a front wing, and I think that is... Oh no, that's Whittaker. What happened to George Whittaker? The Formula Junior talent here, signed by Venturia. He was on the back of material, and I think we all can predict what just happened. Oh yeah, that's just... didn't react in time. I don't know what he was thinking there, trying to make that move. Like, they were basically braking here, and then he just decides, I'm gonna turn in, but material was already turning into the corner. So, just not really... George Whittaker not really completely... thought of that move. But then we have Carragher dabbing down the inside of Michael Valek. They touch a lot. Carragher went a bit into the air, but now Carragher has a bit of a better exit. Still side by side with Michael Valek, though Valek can always make that move into turn 1, but will be beneficial to the Croatian driver. He has the inside line, which will turn to the outside, which in theory has a bit more grip. But I'm not sure, as we have no further action on the incident between Whittaker and Material. Carragher now dives down the inside and gets Valiak, as now we have Littergrim coming back to this fight. Agnes is also joining the fight for P2. This is insane. Kubica also in the background now. Murray and Littergrim are side by side here. And Littergrim squeezes Murray onto the curbing. Murray will get the outside line, but Littergrim has a bit more traction, and we can see Jack Agnes. This is unbelievable. He is challenging Murray in all my days. He's actually going to overtake a McLaren here. I don't believe it. He's side by side with a McLaren. Obviously McLaren has a bit more traction, have a better car, they have a better engine, but the Toyota power in that HRT is something else. And now we're going to see Littergrim try and make a move here. Kubica pushes Agnes a bit wide. There was a bit of contact through that hairpin, and Kubica gets, oh my god, no way! What happened here? Littergrim completely off the circuit, cuts the grass. What happened there? So let's see, he's in the section behind Michael Valiak here. Thinks of a move, only pops into the mirrors of the Croatian driver. Oh, Valiak had a bit of a pull. I think that was a misshift from Valiak. And Littergrim just panicked a bit there. Didn't really know what to do. That allowed Joseph Murray to now go side by side with him, but obviously making a move on the outside isn't too beneficial. But there we go, Mondragon onto his teammate. That would have never worked. As Littergrim now completes the assurance of keeping Murray behind. As we can see that the other drivers, that's Devon Johnson up into 9th. Sorry, 10th. How is that, man? Just how is that? How's the HRT doing that? As now we have the Young in 11th, so these guys really pushing through the field. The Toro Rosso's not doing the best, same with the Force Indias. Then we have the Williams cars, who really just showing the 2019 performance, really. As Vibo is pulling away from the two Mercedes cars. Then we have McLaren of Valyak, Littergrim, Murray, Kabusek, Agnes, De Jong, Johnson, De Dong, Material, Arends, Eastwood and Zage. In a neat train here led by the Estonian driver. This race is really turning into something else. I mean, first of all, we have the surprise of the HRT chassis, because I didn't think they would be so good. I mean, 10 million, yes, but if you consider what team HRT is, you know that they don't really do too well. But at the same time, though, the previous season for them was so surprising. They pretty much were frequent point scorers. And fastest lap score setters. But anyways, here we go. The two De Jong brothers will now battle, and Material is also witnessing that now. Tamer De Jong sends it. Is that going to work? They touch through the corner, but now De Jong on the outside, and that's an amazing move from the Ferrari driver as he overtakes his family member here. That was one hell of a move. De Jong just risking everything just for a simple position. But now we got Material down the inside of his teammate and gets the position as now Devon Johnson has caught up to his teammate, as it's HRT double points as at the moment, as there was a Toro Rosso there going side by side with another Toro Rosso. The midfield is really tight here, which I didn't really suspect considering the circuit Canada is. But now we have Devon Johnson down inside of his teammate. Arends, I think, just let him through there. As now Material on the outside, and there's an double overtake for Material. Material overtakes Tamer De Jong and Devon Johnson, and the Renault driver is up in the P9. As then we're going to see De Jong down inside of Agnes. Agnes is dropping places. I do not know what's happening with that HRT, but nothing good. The Toyota power might have been cut. It's really surprising to see as now Tamer De Jong dives down the inside, and now that's Olivia's H into the wall, riding the rear wheel of Jack Agnes. Oh dear, calamity for the Toro Rosso driver. Basically, De Jong dives it, and to me that is just purely on Zage here. Just clips Agnes, sends herself into the wall. No further action on that incident here. Zage, I don't think she will even pit this lap, as everyone is just basically overtaking her. Oh, well, she turns into a moving chicane as they enter the final corner. The champion of walls here, as she will pit next lap. So driving a whole lap without a wing. You have to feel for Olivia Zage here, but I mean at the same time it's her mistake, it's her fault. So now Pereira on the outside, Eastwood stuck behind her teammate. This allows Josh Flynn in the Aston Martin. I mean, I don't have questions, as now Eastwood basically has to ram her teammate off because Olivia Zage is not going away, or rather not making space for her teammate to make that move. Look at Flynn. Flynn is just basically using everything he can from this situation. I mean, Zage is really not using her brain here, if I'm honest. Not allowing her teammate to go through, that's just silly. Finally, Eastwood takes the matter in her own hands and overtakes the really limping Toro Rosso. As now Flynn gets overtaken by Jean LeBlanc. The Williams, despite being so bad, they're actually doing quite, well, saying quite well is an overstatement here, but hey, that at least not last, so that is a plus, as we're gonna cut to the front of the field because Mondragon has been chasing Weber. Littergrim has overtaken Caragol. Valyak is still relatively close to Caragol and Littergrim, but Mondragon is the real man on the mission here. He's very, very close to Henrik Weber here. Let's see, right on the back of Henrik Weber. Obviously Mondragon lost the winners. I think lost the win due to Weber in the previous race on the final lap in the third sector. It was pretty much a heartbreak for Mondragon, and I don't think he's going to let Weber go that easily this time. But no moves here. He actually makes a bit of a mistake, a bit of contact there, sending a bit wide through the hairpin. Not beneficial at all, and now drops him 4 tenths behind. Littergrim now harassed by Caragol and Valyak at the same time. It's going to be interesting to see if the McLaren driver will do the attack. No, it's Caragol to the inside. Oh, there's a bit of contact with Valyak though, and Valyak loses a bit of time, rides the real wheel of Caragol there, and loses a ton of time. But there's now Mondragon on the inside of Weber. They nearly touch. Weber leaves him a lot of room, but Weber now will try to get a bit of a traction out of turn 1. No, Mondragon gets it on the outside. A beautiful move. And that is a Mercedes in the lead now. And then we have Johnson, Material, the two De Jong brothers, Atkinson, Aarons. Agnes has dropped to 15th. Something might have been wrong with that car, or maybe Agnes was just saving a bit more fuel to maybe do a bit of an alternative strategy here. But down the back of down the rest of the field, we have just people that didn't really show much pace. Now Carrigal's still really close to his championship rival, Marcus Littergren, because mind you, Carrigal is 13 points behind Marcus Littergren in the standings. The only man that is so close to the Swedish driver, really. This race really, I mean, last season it was basically no man's land race, in my opinion. Showed a lot of surprises. This season is pretty much the same, except it's a bit more tame. There's not much incidents. As we go now, Carrigal dives it down the inside of Littergren, but he gets cut off immediately. Kabusek also tries to make a move on to Joseph Murray, who is still in this race, if you have forgotten about him. As Weber now on the back of Mondragon, he is still there. Henrik Weber hasn't said the last of his word in here. Also, if you notice the crowd on the grandstands, they are not real people, they are cardboard cutouts and decoration to make it seem a bit more lively in here. Let's see, Weber right on the back of Mondragon. He's not staying in here yet. He's actually... Mondragon is not going too fast. He's allowing Littergren to catch up, which is not good at all. Let's see, Mondragon doesn't dive it down the inside yet. Oh, there's a bit of... He clipped the curb, that didn't help him, gets a bit of oversteer there. Littergren pulled away massively. It's 1.6 seconds to Carrigal here as they enter the hairpin. I'm going to go on board with Littergren now. He's not enough, he's not within the big slipstream range. Weber is though, as the fastest lap at the moment is Andrew Mondragon. As we can see, oh dear, look at Littergren, look at the pace he has. He's going to dive it down the inside of his teammate. This is not good at all. They touch, and Littergren only loses time because of his decision. Yeah, Littergren just trying a bit too much to get those points. And as it stands, he is ahead of... he's still ahead of Carrigal as it stands. If the rest would finish like that, he would still gain points on him. He doesn't have to push that much. Like, obviously, a win is a win, and it's very important to win, but at the same time, Littergren is in a comfortable position, and he shouldn't push his teammate and his car like that. Yeah, if someone can make those thumbnails into PNG, I would be grateful. Just upload them again. As then we have Littergren down inside of Weber, not listening to... Oh my god, they touch! Littergren nearly spins Weber and himself, and now that allows Michael Valiak to basically challenge for P4 here, and maybe even a podium, as his teammate also joins the fight. So now we're going to have a top 6 battle for the theoretical lead here. It really is going down. Really is going out, as now we're going to have Weber onto Mondragon. He pulled out so early. It's going to be probably an easy move for Weber. No, Mondragon says no, and he cuts him off. But Weber, I think, got a good run out of the final corner. No, but he's still in the slipstream of Mondragon. He's still going to make a move into turn 1. As they enter the first sector, no moves from Weber just yet, but the moves are coming through. But now Valiak down inside of Littergren has been overtaken now by Carrigal. And Murray a bit of contact there with his teammate, but don't think Valiak cares that much. But yeah, Littergren lost a lot of pace now. Carrigal is basically... Weber is in a sandwich of both of the Mercedes cars. There we go, Carrigal down inside of Weber. Side by side they go, and Carrigal obviously has the outside line, but no, Weber says no. Weber gets a bit of better traction here. Someone found the grip on the inside line. They're still side by side. Weber has the inside line, which should help him, but it might not help him at all. But now Weber closes the door on Carrigal and keeps P2 at the moment, as Johnson has dropped to 10th. Agnes has climbed back up into 13th. You have Eugene, Nisbet, and all those back marker boys. Whittaker has caught up to Jans, which is just nowhere. As the leaders have spread themselves out nicely. Well, I say spread out. Carrigal is within the slipstream range of Weber, which puts him in a very nice position to make a move very soon here. As now, there we go, Weber now down inside of Mondragon. They go side by side. Weber will probably get a better run here out of turn 2. And look at that, look at Carrigal now. He's going to follow Weber through. And he has the outside line. He has a lot of pace. He has a lot of traction and a lot of grip. And he's going to use that to his advantage now. Side by side, the two Mercedes cars going. There we go. Carrigal up into P2. I mean, I don't mind Toodles. Anyways, Mondragon and Littergrim still there. Littergrim now catching up to Mondragon. Mondragon is just... ever since he's been overtaken by Weber now, which was like, what, a few corners ago, he's losing a lot of pace. He's basically 5/10 behind his teammate now, which is on a push to overtake Weber. Basically, P1 and P2 bolted off, and Mondragon now is under attack by Littergrim and most likely Joseph Murray as well. So he hasn't put himself in the best of the positions as, oh dear, Devon Johnson dropped to P12. As Stephen de Jong now is in an HRT sandwich. HRT though, still to see them be constantly in the top 15 is making, is basically putting a smile on my face. I'm not biased, I'm just happy to see teams like that to be competitive. And now de Jong makes a bit of a mistake. Agnes doesn't use that too much, but he's now within the slipstream range. He's basically within the window to make the move for P13. And so is Johnson, and Johnson he is going to absolutely send it onto Eastwood. Down the inside he goes, side by side he gets the move done. Beautiful move. Agnes wasn't so successful with his move though, but de Jong got a bit unsettled coming through the final corner, but he still managed to get a bit of better grip through that corner than Agnes, and basically keeps 13th as of now. But here we go, top 6 has... closes up to each other, and now Mondragon is very close, and we have dive from Valiak onto his teammate Murray, the side by side now, and I think that's going to be Valiak ahead of his teammate, especially now that he has the inside line coming into the hairpin, and yeah, Murray just has nothing to do. There we go, the two Mercedes cars are now side by side, and Mondragon gets P2 from Carrigal, but that actually didn't benefit Carrigal, although as now Littergrim is all over the place. Tries to make maybe on the outside, he gets closed off. Carrigal now will try and set onto Mondragon, which won't happen, I know, because now look, Littergrim got a lot of slipstream from Mondragon. They're side by side now. Littergrim gets a bit of a better run, gains a lot of time, side by side coming into turn 1. And the Swedish driver overtakes his championship rival. Not really, now he does, as Kubusek overtakes Murray on the outside with a beautiful move into turn 2, and the Ferrari driver is back into the fight for the top 5. As Weber, still no contention from any other driver. Carrigal close to Littergrim here, closing up corner by corner. Same could be said about Valiak and Kubusek. These guys really pacey around here. You know, it's interesting to see Polish drivers do well in Canada. Cough, cough. As I, speaking of coughing, I'm close to doing so, so just remember to hydrate yourself, kids. And now we have Carrigal down inside of Littergrim, and he gets the position. You know, you remember when I said that Weber had no competition? Well, I cursed him. Mondragon is using that Mercedes power to his advantage, and oh my days. Mondragon sends it down the inside, but Weber says no, blocks him off. And he's got the position so far, and oh my god, now Littergrim is being harassed by Valiak. Valiak gets the move. Kubusek might also get the Red Bull driver if he's lucky enough, but now Littergrim, he has a bit more pace. He's going to dive in down the inside into turn 1, but Valiak says no, he brakes later than the Red Bull driver, and he gets the position. Now Kubusek tries to also overtake the Red Bull, and Kubusek with better traction here might do something, but no, the Red Bull traction is basically untouchable. No, Kubusek doesn't care about that. On the outside, and he gets the position. Yes, he does, and now Littergrim is under harassment from Murray. Amazing driving. Kubusek now, I don't think he will be able to pull away from Littergrim immediately, but yeah, it's still something. As now Mondragon's still on the back of Weber, this guy is not giving up. Mondragon is pushing himself to the limit here. Here you go, down the inside goes Mondragon on Weber. They touch, they basically millimeters apart, and now Mondragon is into the lead. But Mondragon leads a wide line here, a very, very weird line for that exit of the corner. But hey, he broke the slipstream from Weber. I say that, he actually did, and Weber doesn't care. He's going to come back at him immediately. Not even a corner. And Weber is back into the lead. Yes, he is. Well, no, actually he isn't. Mondragon is going to come back. Mondragon is marginally ahead, and he has the inside line coming into turn 1, but Weber, all he has to do is just break a bit later, but no. But actually, yes, Weber will do that. Weber will defend, and Weber keeps P1. Amazing move in defense from Hendrik Weber here, as he defends P1 for the Red Bull outfit. As now Valek has caught up to this, Kubusek has caught up, Littergrim is somewhat there, Murray is there, Tamer de Jong, no man's land, Devon Johnson is also in no man's land, and we have Agnes who's leading a train of quite a few cars here. We can even see a Williams car in that mix, so that's making it quite nice. And then we're going to see, that's a move from one of the Force Indians, that's Pereira onto Atkinson. Will the Portuguese driver overtake his teammate? Yes, he does. Ryan Atkinson falling down to 16th now, as De Jong is being harassed by Eastwood. Stefan De Jong not really pacing here, and he might lose the title of De Jong after this race and be relegated back to the Dong. As now Eugen phases through Atkinson. You gotta love the physics. You gotta love the physics, fam. As on my days, that's an attempt of a move from Morion to Littergrim. I want to say Littleberg. As now Caragol dives in the sand of Weber, as Weber lost the lead to Mondragon, which he completely missed. And Weber still there. Kubusek has overtaken Valek for 4th, and Kubusek now on a push to overtake Caragol for P3. That man is just something else. He now dives the inside of Caragol. There's a bit of tension. Oh no! Kubusek makes a mistake there, goes a bit wide. Calamities for the driver, but he's still pacey. He blocked Valjak there, and he's still in P4, but now Valjak gets a way better run. Oh no! What's happened to Kubusek? Is that a... Okay, no, he has got a poor exit from the straight. I thought there was some sort of a failure, but I think Kubusek just felt a bit bad for blocking the Croatian driver on the rejoin, so he gave the position back, but also accidentally gave the position back to Mondragon. As the Mondragon dives down, he nearly dives down inside of Valjak, punts him, which isn't the cleanest of things to do, as now Weber is in the slipstream of Mondragon. It's going to be a few, basically, 2 laps ago, all over again. Mondragon and Weber once again side by side. These two have pretty much had the best rivalry this whole race. Weber has none of it, but Mondragon closes the door and doesn't allow the Red Bull Mercedes car to go through. These two have battled in Formula Junior, these two have battled in the midfield in Formula 1, and these two are now battling for the lead in Formula 1. This is quite the rivalry. As now Tamer de Jong has caught up to this fight. As down the order we go. They're in much fights on the back of the field, on and the occasional drivers being close to each other. Patricians is just nowhere this whole race. But what can you do? There's now Marco Caragol here in the slipstream of Henrik Weber. And Caragol sends it on to Weber. There's a bit of contact there. We can see the front wing going into the tyre. Weber doesn't get a puncture and pulls away now. Weber here is an interesting driver here, and is definitely an interesting character in the MMS. Or there he goes. Caragol sends it on to Weber very aggressively. Oh no! Caragol goes a bit wide. There's a bit of riding of the real wheel here, and Caragol nearly into the wall. And now that allows Valjak to go side by side with the Mercedes car, and that also allows Marcus Littergrim to challenge for 3rd position, as now Valjak doesn't send it. None of these guys send it. They think better of it. Turn 1 and turn 2 are better overtaking opportunities, so they're gonna probably use those to make the move. As then we have Murray being harassed by 2 Ferraris in the back. As there we go. That's an absolute wilby of a move from Valjak. He taps to the side pod of Caragol, and he doesn't get the move yet. They're side by side coming into turn 3, and now look at that. Look at Littergrim. He's all over the place of these guys. He's just waiting for an accident to happen. As now we can see Valjak overtaking Caragol and jumping into P3, as we have a repeat podium, except with Mondragon in the lead from the previous race. Caragol still close to Valjak, Littergrim not so much. Kubusek ahead of his teammate, and then we have Material Johnson. Agnes being harassed by Hannah Eastwood here. Agnes still doing a good job in the HRT, I have to admit. As that is a move from Eastwood down the inside, and he... Oh no! Oh no, Eastwood flips! Eastwood flips and Eastwood is out of the race! Oh my god! Oh dear. What even happened there? This is Ben Misery OG Season 1 crash here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh dear. The race went worse. How does that even work? She doesn't even clip anything that would flip her. Nice factor physics. We've seen this before in the Hockenheim Grand Prix where the cars just grip flip basically. Too much grip and they flip, and that's basically Ben Misery here. At least it wasn't at over 100 kilometers per hour. She seems to be fine, but there's a car in the pits, and that's Kai Eugen. The Japanese talent, the man, the myth, the legend. Lost the wing. Oh come on, he just does Whitaker. It's a literal repeat of what Whitaker did, so yeah. No safety car, I assume, but that was a massive accident there for Eastwood. As now Eastwood's teammate Olivier Zage has finally caught up to the sluggish and Patrice Jans. Now for the action for that incident, as up the field we go, E-I-E-I-E-I-O, and Mondragon has also the lead to Henrik Weber. Oh dear. Let's see, that's a very clean move from Weber here. Dives down the inside of Mondragon. Mondragon leaves space, gentleman move, and Weber gets it. And Weber now pulling away. Valek has to defend from two very, very fast cars as it stands, so this is going to be very interesting. Here we go, Carrigal very close to Valek here. That's not a move from him, but that's a move from Littergrim. Nearly touches the rear wheel there of Carrigal, nearly clips him and nearly takes both out of the race pretty much. But it's a very clean race here from these guys. Clean racing as now Carrigal nearly dives down the inside, and Littergrim punts Carrigal a bit to the back, but no further damage, no much damage. These guys are cars are surprisingly durable, as Valek has made his own train. Littergrim now dives down the inside. Oh dear, that's Valek going wide. Valek looked up into the hairbed, and now it's going to be side by side between him and Littergrim. Littergrim gets the position, and now that basically compromised Carrigal from making any sort of move, as oh dear god, Weber is about to lap Eugen. Call the ambulance, call 911, just oh god. As now Carrigal gets overtaken by Murray, but I don't think that will do much. No, Carrigal doesn't go down the inside, but Tamer de Jong dives down the inside of his teammate. And Kubusek, will he defend from his teammate? Yes, he does. Not really. No, he doesn't. Tamer de Jong will most likely overtake his teammate, but now we all know that Kubusek doesn't really like to give positions up. He will defend. No, Tamer de Jong nearly squeezes him into the wall, and that is not good, but look at this. Look what Kai Eugen is doing. I mean, what on earth are you doing, mate? But obviously blue flags don't exist in there. In fact, oh my god, Mondragon now rides Weber, nearly takes him out and himself, so that is very aggressive driving from Andrew Mondragon here. Weber now loses the lead, and Eugen is pulling away from these guys. This is just insane, and now Littergrim dives down inside of his teammate, pushes him a bit wide, locks up, Murray goes wide. What on earth is happening? The Ferraris, it's an 8-car battle for the lead, as the pit stop window is starting basically. That's Valek low on fuel, as now Mondragon, will he lap Eugen or will he die because of him? Let's see. Yeah, no, Eugen just doesn't want himself to be lapped really. As oh my god, look at this straight, just what is this? Eugen, come on mate. As now down the inside goes Mondragon. Will he finally lap the Williams? No. Literally he can't, and now Littergrim dives in down the inside of Andrew Mondragon, and it will be Littergrim who will take the lead now, and he may lap Eugen. No, he doesn't lap Eugen. They're side by side, and now Littergrim and Mondragon still side by side through the right-hander here. Well, Littergrim nearly goes into the wall. Weber now dives down the inside of his teammate. This is beautiful racing. Murray also gets into the mix, and I'm on Littergrim uses I didn't even know what I wanted to say there. There's a car into the pits. Oh my god, now Mondragon. Oh my god. Mondragon nearly Jean Leblanc's Weber's. There's a car in the pits. That's Devin Johnson. No. Oh, that's a mandatory stop. Devin Johnson doing an interesting strategy here, as the FIA are about to penalize Eugene for the basically what he's doing here. Murray dives down the inside. Littergrum. Oh my days. This is giving us one of the best battles for the lead ever, but at the same time, this is horrendous. I mean, Eugene is just outright denying the existence of these guys. As now Weber dives down inside and Weber finally laps Eugene, and now Mondragon might actually go and follow his steps as we have two cars pitting. I think that was Valiak and the Young pitting, so they're doing it. Oh my no! Murray just brake checks Littergrum. Littergrum loses his front wing. What? Littergrum. What on earth? What on earth? So basically Murray decides to pit this lap, and he just brakes into Littergrum. He just turns in. Littergrum has nowhere to go, and he just slams it on the brakes, and that's Littergrum's race over. Well, not really. This is the pit stop window. So this might benefit Littergrum, but I don't think he's pitting. Oh dear. As Valek and the Young calmly in the pits, they are just chilling away from the chaos that is basically unfolding onto the circuit. Weber, what has this race turned into? As we have 5 seconds for Joseph Murray for doing that incident. Oh my, look at this. Kubusek is bump drafting Littergrum. This isn't IndyCar, this is in NASCAR, guys. As oh my, yeah, Littergrum isn't pitting this lap. Oh my, he nearly flips. Oh my god. What are these guys doing? I really feel for Littergrum, because basically if it wasn't for that one silly punt there, he probably would have gone and taken a lead here. I mean, if you want to, I don't mind. I mean, I'm doing fine. I don't need too big of a help.
Yeah, I mean, just join because.
Yeah, they'll do those. Fun times. Yeah, Weber goes into the pits. So this is an interesting part of the race. Nisbet will be lapped in the pits. That's a bra moment. Counter KN as well. Unless they already did the stops. No, they already did the stops. It doesn't change the fact they're lapped by anyone who will take the lead now. So let's see. Weber into the pits. This will be an... Oh my god, Material also pits. So this is an interesting situation here, because anyone basically who gets about a run out of the pits will take the lead. Especially with this clocked pit lane. Also 10 penalty points usually. And now Mondragon jumps Weber. Mondragon jumps Weber.
Littergrum was in the pits for a new wing, so...
Oh yeah, he actually put... Oh my days! Carragher... Oh, don't tell me. Oh, what happened here?
Safe release for Joseph Murray, because Carragher is all the way down the other side of the pit lane.
What were they thinking? Come on. I mean, to be fair, it didn't cause Carragher to slow down or anything. So, it's not like it mattered. Murray anyways gave the position back, so don't think that needs much investigation. But now Tamer de Jong is not pitting yet. Interesting strategy over there. Carragher brake checks Murray a bit for that little incident. De Jong pitting this lap, so he will basically be a moving chicane for these guys.
Yeah, he's
as Weber and Mondragon still in the lead, untouchable in this race.
Pereira is running third.
Pereira is pitting this lap, so the only thing that might have happened for him is to gain a bit, but not much. Atkinson in 10th, but it's not like it matters really.
Yeah.
Zage might pit. Johnson did the undercut, and Johnson didn't benefit at all, so the strategy team here at HRT should be killed, or rather fired. I'm going a bit extremist here.
How the people with like older tires and heavier fuel from like earlier.
Oh, that's Weber down inside of Mondragon. Weber is losing his temper here. Weber is absolutely pushing.
Yeah, Weber wants this lead back.
Yeah, Weber really wants his lead back. As I have to chug on a drink.
Nice. And Weber just holding on to the back of Mondragon.
Yep. I mean, Weber really needs to make a move on Mondragon if he wants to take the lead now, because it's 10 laps to go, and as it stands, Weber can just pull away because we've seen him manage a gap. So
we saw it like the second he took the lead earlier in the race, he just did away. So he just needs to get in front of Mondragon. Like a when if.
Yeah. Weber now, very close to Mondragon. You obviously seen a lot of moves into the head, but not all of them were so successful. As Weber still not making a move, as the Damon de Jong, did he lose a wing this race?
How has he done this? He's up
No,
in fourth.
no. Did he even pit? Did he even
I
pit? I swear,
he did.
if this man has actually done a pit stop, yes he did. He did an undercut. This man somehow, via strategy, has put himself up in the P4, but no longer, because Joseph Murray just says, no you, I will deny you of any credibility you had this race, and you're down to P5.
Well, you can still get some points. So.
Yeah, he's still gonna get some good points, but you know, as now we have Michal Valak. Oh yeah, De Jong is dropping like a point. You said he will score points. You cursed him.
Didn't lose that much time.
Yeah, Littergrim is still like up in there. He's still into the top 6, and
Still up in there, even having a front wing change. So
yeah, good job from the Red Bull crew really. As Whitaker is pitting the snap, so his strategy didn't work out. Kubusek will now go up into P9. Zage in 11, but obviously she lost the wing, so she might pit again. De Jong here, no man's land. A lot of cars in no man's land. Both of the HRTs losing a lot. Blanc gains something from the pit stops really. Aarons dies in the pit stop phase.
yeah, Aaron is now stuck behind Blanc and will want to try and dispose of the Williams.
Yeah, but I mean, Aarons, ever since he turned into Venturia, after being sacked from Mercedes for his not the best performances, it hasn't really been going well for him. As we can see Murray now chasing down Carrigal in the inferior McLaren, if I'm honest.
Well, he's gaining a lot.
He's getting because of a slipstream effect, but now it's not going to be a move from Murray. He tries to... He's in what I think he's doing... Oh my god, Weber has taken the lead.
Weber took the lead, I'd say maybe in the... No, a lot earlier than
No,
that.
a lot earlier. Wasn't it to turn 1? Quite possibly into turn 1 as we weren't looking.
Yeah, it was. It was down into the
Yeah.
first corner.
He uses the inside line from turn 2. Does the gutter technique from initial D and it works.
Well,
As Murray and Carrigal still battling. Murray is really pushing his car to the limit here because the McLaren, well, they have been struggling all this season, you can tell by the results. As there we go, Littergrim closed up to Valyak. Littergrim, he's still fighting for the title. Basically, I would be a bit more happier if he finished behind Carrigal to keep the championship fight Aladdin.
Yeah, keep him.
But at the same time, you know, consistent results are also fine. As De Jong has caught up to this fight. De Jong, I mean, the man who we criticized so much in this race, he decides to be like, you know what, I'm gonna prove you wrong, use a good strategy and put myself into a good position. So now he dives down himself, Littergrim. The madman is back and De Jong is up in the P6.
Yeah, great move. That was... Well, he's showing everybody, he's silencing his doubters very much in this race.
I mean, that's, I wouldn't say that. I mean, he has a good car. But anyways, yeah, he's definitely showing a good performance here. As Kubusek now, another Ferrari on the back of material, so the two Polish drivers will continue their battle in this race.
Yeah.
Let's see, is that a move from Kubusek? Yes, that's an attempt of a move. That's not going to really help him, but he's still very close, and he's still within the range of getting a good result. Then we have Zage, no man's land really here, as Agnes is somewhat close to, whereas Whitaker is ahead of Johnson, but we all know that Johnson doesn't like being behind on the cars, so you know, Whitaker, I would be a bit cautious, if I'm honest, as to be fair, the B-spec HRT has proved itself to be a good car. Like,
yeah,
they have been consistently in the top 15. As oh my god, there's Johnson now diving it down the outside, then the inside, round the outside, and Evan Johnson is still within the range of making a move on George Whitaker. No, he pulls to the outside, does a switchback nearly, but thinks better of it. He's rather going to stay behind than cause an immediate fight. Yeah, Olivia's H will have to pit. As she's low on fuel, so her strategy of losing a wing didn't work. Mondragon getting closer to Weber lap by lap, same as Carrigal is closing up to these guys as well. Murray cannot just get within the range of making a move onto Marco Carrigal here, but you know who is within the range of making a move? It's Andrew Mondragon. It's 6 laps to go, and Henrik Weber is being harassed by the Mercedes.
Yeah, Weber, well, he showed pace behind the Mercedes that he could pull away. He pulled away for a little bit, and now Mondragon just
Yeah, I mean,
being
that's just the thing we've seen this whole season here. Leaders pull away and then they lose a bit of pace, maybe
Yeah,
to
lose
regain
a
the
bit of
fuel, or maybe it's just the
They
guy in
might-
second pushing
I've
balls to the
conservative
walls.
people, it's just because they've not got any like slipstream effect of any
Yeah,
of the
as well,
cars.
especially on a track like Montreal where slipstream is haven.
Because you've got the final sector, which is just 2 straights.
Yeah, and it happened. As there we go, Mondragon doesn't dive it down the inside, but Caragol has closed up, and Caragol nearly goes running outside of his teammate, but now Mondragon uses it as a bit of a push here, and is right on the back of Vibe here. He has enough slipstream. Same could be said about Caragol here, really. He also has a slipstream, so we might see a 4-way battle for the lead. Is now Mondragon. He's going to pull to the inside. That's a move on Vibe. No, that doesn't work. They touch a lot, and now Caragol uses that mistake of his teammate to get himself up into P2. He uses the slipstream, and yeah, oh my days. Yeah, Mondragon loses P3 as Caragol is now on the back of Vibe, so the Mercedes doing a bit of a switch here, as Zage has pitted
So
for
she's
fuel.
gone to the pit lane, but she could still come out in 11th place, because 11th
Yeah.
place is faster now. She's
Yeah,
got a
but
big
if you look at 12 though, they're fast approaching, so she'll most likely come out side by side with the guys in 12.
He is moving now. It's going to be close.
No, actually, she
Safe.
will exit in 11th. So
She'll
good
rejoin
job.
in 11th.
Still though, for her to finish in the points, we'll need a calamity here with the top
Yeah,
guys.
it'll be difficult.
Speaking of which, Caragol is probably going to send some move on to Vibe as they're approaching a very, very slow Patrice Jans here in the Super Guys. There's a move from Joseph Murray up at the P3. Mondragon loses the podium and he's down to 4th.
Yeah, and he's got to be like he needs to stick in that slipstream because
Yeah.
you've got Vayak and De Jong.
The young there, but there's now Caragol tries to make a move on Vibe. We've seen a lot of drivers just attempt the move, show into the mirrors, maybe scare the driver ahead to making a mistake, going wide for the hairpin, and the chicane, and getting a position on there. But no, Caragol's still not sending a move. Vayak and De Jong, as you said, they're catching up to Mondragon and Murray here. Littlegram is just nowhere. Littlegram isn't pushing. What I think Littlegram has realized that he's safe no matter what happens in this race. Because he's 7th, that means he will score 6 points. Caragol at the moment scores 18 points, so
He'll have a 2-point advantage in the championship.
1 point advantage.
1 point. So
Yeah, but he will still be in the lead, so...
he will still be in the lead. Just as long as
the
he-
fastest lap at the moment, Michael Valyak with a 1:13. That's a blistering
Yeah,
lap.
Vayak showing he's got the pace in that McLaren. And
Yeah, as Patrice is
That's
seriously
right.
being caught up as now Murray tries to make a move, goes wide though, and that's
no.
Mondragon up into P3. So Murray making the McLarens are making a lot of mistakes for that
I
corner.
think it was the same mistake as what Mondragon did on the last lap. Mondragon
Yeah.
got completely mugged by Murray on that lap.
Except Murray just sent it down instead of Mondragon and used that as his advantage. Murray this time just knocking up the tires, overheating the brakes, and it didn't work. As down the order, Johnson still behind Whitaker. Kautokean and Flynn still battling Nisbet in just looking at it, and Jan's just still existing as now Caragol has been overtaken by his teammate, it seems, and now might be even overtaken by Murray if he sends it. No, Murray goes on the outside to the inside, and Murray's up into P3.
Yeah, good move from Murray. Just
Yeah,
holding
Murray,
it.
I mean, he is a champion for a reason here. As now Tamer de Jong tries to dive it down the inside of Caragol. That's not going to work, and now Van X has an opportunity to make it a move down the inside, and there he goes. Gets a bit of a more traction and grip there, but it's not enough. He pulls immediately back into the slipstream. Is it going to be a move from the Croatian driver? No. But now Littlegram,
there as well.
Littlegram has
Big
finally
fight.
caught up to this pack.
Vayak might want to be a bit cautious here because he knows that if he makes one mistake, Littlegram will be right at the back of him.
Yeah, speaking of making a mistake, he goes into the back of the Jong a bit there, but not too much.
Yeah.
There's now Mondragon catching up to Vibe, and Vibe is catching up to Jans. If we don't have
Yeah,
lapped
fair.
back markers, I'll be honestly surprised. Especially due to recent things in MMS, but all my days. Oh dear, so let's see, Valek tried to make a move on the Young, that didn't work, blocked off Littlegram, and now Littlegram uses that to his own advantage and now overtakes Michael Valek here, as Valek drops down to 7th Littlegram up to 6th. Carrigal still harassing Murray for 3rd. And Mondragon closing up to Weber piece by piece, lap by lap. 2 laps to go in this hectic Grand Prix, and it looks like Jans will be lapped.
Yeah,
As let's see, Carrigal still close to the back of the McLaren, of the Renault of the McLaren. As only a
thing to it as the Mercedes.
yeah.
Does it, so.
But it still exists, so it
It
still
still exists.
works. Here we go. Littlegram doesn't send it into this chicane yet, but he's very close to Tamer de Jong, and if he wants to score a bit more points and keep his gap a bit more safe, he needs, and I mean he needs, to overtake the Ferrari of Tamer de Jong. Will he send it down inside? Yes, he does. A bit no contact there, gentleman's move. We've seen those happen. Oh no, but that's Valek into the wall, and that's Valek without a wing. Oh no, that's Michael Valek. Calamities for the Croatian driver. Oh man.
And that was just kind of a little mistake there. Just De Jong.
Basically, we've seen this happen before, I think, with
We saw it happen with Sage.
yeah,
earlier
with Sage. Just
and
that's a
Spike.
move from Littlegram, and he just tries to make that move work, but clips the wheel of De Jong. That would have never worked. Straight into a wall.
Yeah, and De Jong, well, Bike just misjudged how slow the
Yeah.
Ferrari was going to be through the corner.
But you know who also might have misjudged things? It's Mondragon. He's basically bumping into Weber's. Now we can see in the background Carrigal making a move on Murray for the lead. Here we go, final lap.
Mondragon has it.
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. As now Carrigal and Murray side by side.
Yeah,
These guys. Carrigal gets the traction, gets the position of Weber. Now there's a lot of pace, and Mondragon has rocketed off into the lead. But Mondragon has to be aware because he has a very slow Super Aguri ahead of him. So basically, it can be Australia all over again for Mondragon if he gets held up by that very, very slow Super Aguri driven by the Swiss driver. It can all still go down to hell for Andrew Mondragon.
Yeah, he's looking for that second Canadian win, and
Yeah, second Canadian win, but it might not work. Oh, it might not work.
it might just not work because he's got Weber catching up, Carrigal catching up.
Oh, he's low on fuel. This is gonna go down to the wire. Weber sends it on to Mondragon, and Weber in one of the penultimate because he's got it. Weber's got the lead. It's happened again. It's happened again. And now look at this. Carrigal is in the slipstream of his teammate as I press the wrong button. Carrigal might actually remove Mondragon from second place.
Yeah, Weber did the
And now,
exact...
yeah, Carrigal dives down the inside. Mondragon got a bit held up by Yaz. It's gonna be side by side across the line, but I think it's gonna be Mondragon. No, oh my days, it's Carrigal on the line.
Run! Oh, Carrigal gets it.
Mondragon held up by Jans. He loses P2.
Yeah, and Henrik
Just
Weber.
look at this. Henrik Weber laps Jans on the final corners here. And look at
Yeah,
this. It would have been all fine. You can't even see him, but look at Jans. Jans just pulls into the line and
Carrigal rockets up alongside his teammate.
Yeah, we have Littlegram, De Jong, Kubusek has overtaken material. Valyak is
in the pit lane.
pits on the final lap, so De Jong takes 9th. If Olivier Sage actually finishes in the points, I will... No way. Olivier Sage, after
It
everything...
might actually just happen. It's gonna be...
After everything, Olivier Sage still scores points,
He
but
steals the points from Valyak.
Agnes finishes 12th, which is an absolutely amazing result for HRT. They are back, and you should fear them. Then we have Atkinson, Pereira, Aarons, Whitaker, Johnson, Blanc, Eugen, Kautokeyan. Nisbet has overtaken his countryman, Flynn, and Jans is lapped.
Yeah, it's a long way back.
Oh my god, what a race. I mean, what a
You
race.
told me not to speak too soon about Mondragon having it, and you were right.
Yeah.
And so Weber has it. 2 races in a row.
Oh no, look at Flynn,
Flynn.
look at Flynn, he tries to overtake Nisbet across the line, but it's not going to work. Oh my days.
What a final lap for all of these
What
drivers.
a race. He is your race winner out of nowhere. Henrik Weber, second time in a row. This man might just be one of the best. As Kubusek with the fastest lap. Once again, Kubusek is so pacey. Swear to God.
Yeah, I'd assume that was in the latter stages when he was overtaking material.
Oh my God, judging the driver of the day for this one is so hard.
Well, you've got a matter of De Jong from
Well,
17th.
from 17th to 6th, yeah, we have... Oh wait. Joseph Murray has a penalty of 5 seconds, which we completely forgot about and disregarded it, which
He'll
drops...
drop behind.
He drops him. He drops him to 8th. Oh dear.
I'll drop him to 8th, and Murray. Oh dear. It gets even worse for McLaren. Only
Yep.
4 points to take away from this.
Yeah.
So
Also, we've seen a good race, especially a comeback for HRT, which is always good to see.
yeah,
So, driver of the day. You know what? I might give it to the young.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, there's not much else really that could be given the
I
word.
mean, Whitaker and Sage, even though they lost their front wing at their own kind of fault and everything, they did do
Yeah.
a very good job recovering from the loss of their front wings, and as a result,
Yeah.
so yeah, and
Yeah, I mean, to
Well,
be fair, the driver of the day, Hannah Eastwood, recreated Ben Misery's accident 10 out of 10.
yeah,
No, but seriously, this race, it ended like Australia, except without the back markers really, because back markers didn't really play a role in Australia with Weber just sending it down the inside of Mondragon. This time, Mondragon was just messed over by Jans completely, in my opinion.
yeah. Well, that cost him 2 positions in the
Yeah.
end. Yeah. Double disaster for Mondragon.
Still one of the best races I think we have ever witnessed this season. Clean racing. It was also down to strategy and all that. It's
Yeah.
a really good race. Showed a lot, and I mean a lot of amazing action and clean racing.
Yeah, we
So
could deem Mondragon the unluckiest driver, losing 2 wins in a row.
yeah, in the on the last lap in the final
On
sector
the
as
last
well.
lap. In the, oh my god. But Bieber on top then. So, what a race.
Yeah, next race, where are we going next race? Oh, I know where we're going, I actually remembered. We're going to United States of America for the American Grand Prix. I know, such a surprise. For driving around the famous, or infamous, depending on who you are, Indianapolis road course. A track that is good. It has a good layout, good for overtaking, but overshadowed by certain 2005 USA Grand Prix. I mean, most of the F1 community knows what faster clock that race was. So yeah. Anyway, see you next time for the. See you next time for the American Grand Prix. Thank you for coming so much. It was such a good race, and be sure to be safe on the road. So wear your seatbelt. Don't drink and drive. Stay in home. Quarantine yourself. Hydrate yourself because summer is coming, boys, and you know, hydrating your body is very important.
You don't want to end up like Thresnia with his throat after.
But it's no, my throat is fine. Excuse me. All I need to take is just like 15 pills of stuff for my throat, and I'm fine.
Fine to me.
Shush. That's a joke. No, I only take like most 2. I mean, yeah. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. Just be sure to be safe, and see you next time for the American Grand Prix. Be safe and bye bye. Oh, wear your seatbelt.